Welcome to Insurance Claim Radio, where leading hail loss consumer advocate Phil Coutu and his team of experts teach you how to avoid the pitfalls of hail damage claims and how to use his team of experts to get what you truly deserve under your insurance policy. Now, here's your host of Insurance Claim Radio, Phil Coutu.
Hi, you're here with Insurance Claims Radio. This is a program designed to help people primarily with property damage claims. Specializing in hail, we've got people at the table today who have done fire. I'm your host, Phil Coutu. I own rooftoprestoration.com, rooftoproofing.com, powerappraisers.com, poweradjusters.com. We handle large loss claims in the Colorado area and very large loss claims nationwide. We specialize in the forensic aspect of the claim, and if we find a claim that we feel was mishandled, underpaid, there was missed damages, we'll take that claim on. We will fund it all the way, experts, attorneys, whatever it needs. We will do all the strategic work. If we take that claim on, we're going to guarantee that you win that claim. I'm sitting here right now with Mike Neely. He's from Pro Roof Solutions, Inc. He's based out of Colorado. His work primarily goes from Fort Collins to just a little bit south of Colorado Springs, and he's an expert at roofing, and they handle commercial and residential claims. I'm here with Ryan from Blue Ribbon Exteriors. Let's get Mike's number in there. Miss Mike's number, 720-628-7293. Ryan, Blue Ribbon Exteriors. His office number is 720-227-9330. And he specializes in all kinds of exterior work, hail claims, fire claims, commercial and residential roofing. A lot of experience sitting at the table today. And his number again is 720-227-9330. We're also here with a gentleman named James D'Angelo. He is a building construction major. He's a public adjuster. And he's a general contractor, 63 years old. James has his whole life experience working insurance claims. He's owned prominent fire restoration companies, and he's used to doing battle with the insurance industry on behalf of the policyholder on commercial claims. His number is 303-885-3731. Again, I'm your host for the half hour. My name's Phil Coutu. You can check me out at rooftoproofing.com. All right, we're going to open up and carry on from our last show. Our main thing right now is talking about experts. We had a different subject slated for today's show, but we were talking about experts and what it really means and how maybe you can be misguided by other people's experts that are not yours if you're the policyholder. So let's open up. Everybody have an experience with experts or expert reports. Let's start from the insurance side of the industry. Who wants to jump in?
Oh, I'll jump in. This is James D'Angelo. Let me just make a blanket statement here. Insurance companies are for-profit industries, and they want to pay their claim. They just want to pay the least amount as possible, and you can't blame them for that. That's good business. You want them to be profitable. You just don't want to be profitable on your loss. Insurance companies are a big employer in the marketplace. Phil and I just recently had a claim. We settled it. The carrier didn't want to pay anything. We settled it for $1.5 million. We spoke about this in an earlier show. And what was very interesting about it is the client themselves had a board of directors, and the board had directed the client to go hire an engineer. And this is prior to us being hired. And the client asked me my opinion, and I said, I'm going to tell you my opinion. Chances are you're going to hire an engineer that gets 95% of their income by way of the insurance company. It is my opinion you are making a mistake. I will tell you this. You hire us. We will find the right expert. Now, I'm going to share this with you. Phil Coutu with Rooftop Roofing picked up all the fees for the experts. He flew in experts, engineers from Miami, from Atlanta, from Lake Worth, Florida, that fit this claim. So not all experts are equal.
That's correct, James. We're going to get a little bit more into this about experts here after our break. You're listening to Phil Coutu at rooftoproofing.com. Check us out. You can reach me personally at 303-997-4247. That's 303-997-427. That's rooftoproofing.com. And we'll be back after the break.
You're listening to Insurance Claim Radio. Be sure to stay tuned. We'll be right back after these important messages.
Do you have a commercial property hail claim, troubled claim, underpaid claim, missed damages, bad faith, possible legal action? Rooftop Restoration is a leading hail loss consumer advocate for poorly handled insurance claims. We specialize in hail damage, large commercial claims, and provide the total claims package risk-free. We pay and cover all expert costs. Engineers, attorneys, roof inspectors, adjusters, we get you what you deserve under your insurance policy. Finance large deductibles, finance all the experts, exceptional experience and a stellar reputation with zero out-of-pocket costs. Risk-free. Rooftop Restoration, 303-997-4247, 303-997-4247. Check us out at rooftop-restoration.com.
Welcome back to Insurance Claim Radio. Now, here's Phil Coutu and his team.
Hi, this is Phil Coutu with Insurance Claims Radio. We're a program that helps you, the consumer, with aspects of your insurance claims, mostly revolving around hail damages. We're in the Colorado market. We do work nationwide, and we specialize in that type of work. I'm a former adjuster, still actually carry an adjusting license, and still consult with a few insurance companies to this day that the other side doesn't know about. And we are here with James D'Angelo, Ryan from Blue Ribbon Contracting, Mike from Pro Roof Solutions. And we're talking about experts. And James had just put it back to me, the experts. The experts are big. Since I was a long-time insurance adjuster, and I won't name all the carriers I worked for. I worked for many state carriers in the hurricanes back in 2004 and 2005. And I worked for carriers up to 2009, and I actually have worked for carriers even recently, giving them advice. My main goal is we're not always looking to pick a side, but when there is a troubled claim, that's when you want to call one of the experts sitting at this table. A troubled claim is something where you were told maybe, oh, there's repairs only to your exterior or your roof, or they just paid a really low amount. Maybe you got some major interior damage, and you're getting quotes 60, 80 grand, and the insurance is coming in at 10 or 12. Well, you got a problem, or 30. You got a problem. So we want to inform the public how important experts are. We want to inform them how don't trust an expert if he's not hired directly by you. And if he is hired directly about you, what do you know about that expert, guys? Like, let's talk. Like, let's hit it. Like, I've worked with thousands of experts in my career, and it's shocking. So James was talking about a church who said, well, we were told to hire an engineer. Is that a good thing? I'm going to tell you personally right now, you are better off hiring anybody sitting at this table. Why? Well, me as the host, I've been an insurance adjuster. I've been a public adjuster. I'm a roofing contractor. I'm a GC. I'm a licensed roof inspector. I've been roofing since I'm 13 years old, but I've got my hands in all the sides of the insurance business. I understand how everything works. I used to have a partnership in Frontier Adjusters in the hurricanes in 2005 and 2004, and I ran 15 adjusters total between a few insurance companies such as Zurich and Citizens. So I have hands-on experience seeing everything that goes on from all takes. And hey, we're not here to say all insurance companies are bad. Absolutely not. A lot of times it comes down to the adjuster, comes down to his experience. But when it comes to an expert that you're going to listen to about your claim, if you aren't liking what he's saying, you need to get another opinion.
You know, Phil just mentioned if you're going to hire an expert, hire somebody at this table. That was very interesting. I'm going to go back to that example of the church. The church was going to hire an engineer. They would have paid for that report. In my opinion, we don't know. I don't have a crystal ball, but in my opinion, most of the engineers they would have hired would not have helped them promote their claim, would not have helped them prove their claim. So in essence, in the end, they would have paid for a report that didn't actually benefit them. Whereas on the flip side, bring in Rooftop Restoration, bring in any one of these panel experts right here at this table. It'll cost you nothing to promote your claim.
But let's take it further. When you hire somebody like our company, since I have a vast adjusting experience and insurance experience, we're not looking just to get an expert. We're looking to get experts that when I worked for the insurance company that we had a hard time handling. There's all kinds of different experts. Also, most experts derive a lot of their income from the insurance industry. Vast much more generally. There's not a lot of truly independent experts out there. So James is making a huge point. What do we do? What do we provide? You know what? Look at it as the architect of the claim, the strategic consultant. You're looking for somebody to put the right expert together for that right portion of the claim. So forget an engineer. What's good is it me having an engineer if he's just a civil or just a basic structural engineer that doesn't have a lot of roofing hail experience or he doesn't understand stucco. On our claim, the show before, we had a stucco expert. That was the one I was missing. On our last win, where we took a claim from zero north into the $1.5 million range, we had 5 experts. We hired a meteorologist, a stucco expert, an engineer, a moisture survey, and a roofing expert. Because it's that big of a deal. We're looking for the best, and we're putting that claim together. And let's be honest out there, people. When something is together and you get a nice big binder package and you got great experts, great resumes, and it is honest, you win. Ryan?
Well, I want the listeners out there to hear, too, they all didn't come from Denver. So that doesn't mean that the experts are there, that you can find an expert that doesn't work for the insurance carrier. It just so happens that maybe in another market, they might have more stucco, right? And that's where the expert needs to come from, that needs to be flown out in order to do it. We had a claim that was a wind claim up in northern Colorado, went through, sent it to appraisal. As it was going through appraisal, the insurance company sent over, I believe, 15 different engineers, and they all worked for the carrier. So what do you have to do? You have to go outside the local area in order to bring it in. And that's the benefit to having an expert on one of these panels, if you're out there listening, is that they can search outside the local market in order to bring in the right people.
Yeah. Like one of my strongest points, Mike wants to jump in here, one of my strongest ability is that I've been in this industry so long and I've had so many challenging claims as an adjuster and as a private adjuster. I know a lot of the experts. I know who's going to write a certain way for a certain carrier. I have experts. They drive some work from a specific carrier, and if I ask them to write a report, it'd be so watered down. Then I have that same expert goes, oh, I don't do work for them. I'll write that report, and he will hammer it. You know why he'll hammer it? He's going to hit them so hard that he knows they're going to call them because they want them they want that expert on their side. The insurance does. Can you blame them? You want to make the best team. This is like the dream football team here. You're going to the Super Bowl. So they know, let's get him on our side. I don't want to be against him. So when I was an adjuster, that was one thing I learned when I switched over and started doing more work or some work for the policyholders representing its insured. I always wanted that engineer that gave me the best report and the hardest time when I was working for the insurance.
I'm going to just step in here. You want to taper the expert to the loss. And just to back up 1 minute, the first thing you need to do is read your policy. The second thing you need to do is understand that policy. Then what you want to do is apply that coverage to the loss at hand.
Okay, but let's make sure. Most policyholders are going to read their policy and not have any.
Well, that's why they call us.
Flip an idea what's going on. That's why you call one of these experts.
Yeah, hi, this is Mike with Pro Roof, and absolutely, these experts are imperative to your claim. You know, if you don't have it, you'll lose it, all right? And we look at some of these that come back from the insurance carrier aspect and go, what the heck is this? Oh my gosh, I can't believe, you know, and but they're all right. You know, you got to have the right expert for the right claim for the right situation. Once that happens, and that's where we kind of, I guess, do a great job and not being boastful, but kick the rear ends.
Well, this is what we do. You know, there's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You've got a tough claim, we're your guys. Phil, you want to take it back over there?
Yeah, I've had, I used to work much for insurance carriers many years ago. I've had my own experts for the carrier lie right out to me because there was pressure put on the expert to change the report. One I didn't know about for 3 years. It was complete fraud on our end. I can't name the insurer I worked from. There's a lot of good people. I still have a lot of friends down there. But there's a lot of money at stake. In a report, I had a 131 building hurricane loss. That was all wind damage. 131 buildings. It's a big, giant condo in Florida. And I met my engineer out there on behalf of the insurance company. The insurance company wanted an engineer. You got to have an engineer on a loss that big. And I told my insurance company this loss is going to go $5 million. They were, what? We have a repair contractor says they can fix these roofs for $165,000. And I said, guys, I'm also a state licensed roofer. and in many jurisdictions, and this is not $165,000 damage. And so we sent an engineer out there, and the engineer basically agreed. He was even finding more damage, like really more damage than I had. I had 66 buildings, total of 131. The other 65 buildings were moderate to minimal repairs, but 65 were severe. Whereas I'm told, listen, my insurance company was fighting with me. I had to go to bat. They wanted to hold the claim under $1 million. I'm like, guys, this is $5 million. Anyways, I got the claim to 5.3 because, I'm the adjuster and I want to do the right thing. So I have to battle my own insurance company sometimes, which a lot of adjusters don't have the skills or the ability or the experience at that level. And my client called me in after the claim was done and said, you did a fantastic job. We were going to get $165,000 done. And Phil, and thank you so much. Oh, can you tell me a little bit about public adjusters? And I was like, oh, geez, because I'm working for the carrier. And that's problematic. So we're going to talk about that maybe the next show, but let's just say that my engineer's report came back with like 11 or 12 buildings. It's been about 14 years on it. And I was like, what? We were out there and this engineer was finding more than me. Well, a public adjuster came along and a year later, he won that claim, added on an extra $8.2 million. The reason he won that claim, a fraudulent engineer's report was changed, right? And if you go online, you'll see many instances of manipulation through peer review and engineering reports. That's why you have us. That's why you hire guys sitting at this table to have that background experience, because we know of things that happen behind the scenes and we're looking for it. And it's really a big deal, because if you were to take that as the condo president, I only have 11 buildings. Great. Okay. It's $1 million. He would have left $7 million on the table on all those roofs. And after the statute of limitations, 5 years in Florida, that was a Florida claim. That would have been a big deal. They would have been eating a lot of money down the road, 3, 4, 5 years when those start to leak. Hopefully they would have found it out. All right, that's a wrap right now. Oh, we're at a break. Okay, that's the Dave, the manager. He's telling us we're at a break. I'm Phil Coutu with Insurance Radio, and we'll be right back.
You're listening to Insurance Claim Radio. Be sure to stay tuned. We'll be right back after these important messages.
Do you have a commercial property hail claim, troubled claim, underpaid claim, missed damages, bad faith, possible legal action? Rooftop Restoration is a leading hail loss consumer advocate for poorly handled insurance claims. We specialize in hail damage, large commercial claims, and provide the total claims package risk-free. We pay and cover all expert costs. Engineers, attorneys, roof inspectors, adjusters, we get you what you deserve under your insurance policy. Finance large deductibles, finance all the experts, exceptional experience and a stellar reputation with zero out-of-pocket costs. Risk-free. Rooftop Restoration, 303-997-4247, 303-997-4247. Check us out at rooftop-restoration.com.
Welcome back to Insurance Claim Radio. Now, here's Phil Coutu and his team.
Hello, I'm your host returning with Insurance Claims Radio. We're talking about hail damage, how to handle your property claims, give you tips to the consumer out there. You can reach me at rooftoproofing.com, 303-997-4247. I have Ryan in the house. He's with Blue Ribbon Exteriors. He can be reached at 720-227-9330. We have Pro Roof Solutions, Mike Neely. He can be reached at 720-628-7293. And then we have our other building construction major, James D'Angelo. He's a public adjuster and a general contractor, 303-885-3731. And I'm your host, Phil Coutu. I'm a licensed adjuster, a licensed public adjuster, a roof inspector, a roofing and general contractor. You can reach me at 303-997-4247. Let's get back in. We're talking about the do's and don'ts expert reports. I just left off how I was the adjuster and my own engineer report had changed. And when the public adjuster, I was just the adjuster at the time, a different public adjuster ran to me 3 years later. I said, how did you get my claim? I wrote it so good. Took it to $5.3 million. How'd you get to 8.2? And he goes, discovered fraud on the engineer reports. I said, what do you mean? I said, I was so pissed off as the adjuster was holding me up, trying to settle with our policyholder. They're good people at this condominium complex. And the engineer report took like 4 or 5 months for me to get. It should take about 3 to 5 weeks if everybody's busy. And anyways, when he got it, they had subpoenaed the insurance company, and they had found that there was a previous engineer report totaled almost all the buildings, all 131 buildings. And my insurance company was fighting with me. And I'll give you some intake of the life of an adjuster. I got pulled out there being a large loss adjuster and running a prominent catastrophe company. I had a total of 18 adjusters at the time between several insurance companies in the Florida hurricanes 204, 205 working for me. And I got pulled out there and pulled on a roof and pulled out with a very prominent gentleman who was a 30-year adjuster and a 35-year roofer, much older than me at the time. Carried maybe about 10, 15 years on me. I'm probably almost the same as him now. And they pulled me out. My case manager for a prominent company said, Phil, do you really think all 131 buildings should be totaled? And I was like, well, you guys, I want to get paid. I'm the adjuster. I'm like, honestly, why do you think this? And I explained to them, well, you guys, from a forensic point of view, we have in Florida under tiles, we have a hot mop 90 pound. And because these tiles weren't foam, they were just nailed, they went up and down. That's why we have so many broken. So not only are we missing 10, 15, 30% depending on the elevation of tiles, we also have nails that wiggled back and forth for about 4 hours in the wind. And so around the membrane under the tiles, we created tiny apertures, which mean the nail wiggled and made the hole bigger. And I said, if we run water, I did it already in attic test, if I run water for about 10, 20 minutes, we start getting little drips. We got a huge problem because a tile roof, this is where expertise comes in as a forensic roof inspector. You have your tile roof. The tiles are not the waterproofing portion. The underlayment is basically the waterproofing portion, and the tiles are the water shedding portion. So when water's getting through those tiles, therefore the membrane kicks in to take the water down to your gutter system or your eaves. And I'm saying, we're doing a really big disservice if we don't replace these roofs. And anyways, a long story short, that's how that claim was pushed, how I got it to 66 roofs. The engineer's report was manipulated. I never knew. I had to fight. But the problem is, remember, I'm the adjuster. They put me on the spot, my case manager, saying, really, Philip? Really? You would total all these? And I was like, yes. Like, I thought they're going to fire me on the spot because we're talking, we're talking upwards of over $5 million. So there's a lot of money at stake, and those are personal experiences, and those will always happen because the borrower is always beholden to the lender, and hey, they're paying my paycheck. So I actually held strong on that, not super strong. I just said, I think the whole thing should go. Anyways, we were able to get half those roofs. Then a prominent PA came in, and he was able to find, he wasn't able to prove it from a forensic point like me. He didn't have that information, but they're able to find a manipulated engineer report lessening it to save money. And that's basically fraud, so they were able to settle with a release.
Phil, I'm going to step in here and just bring in this James D'Angelo, the public adjuster. I'm going to bring in a claim you and I did a year ago. In fact, a year ago this month we closed out. Don't you recall where the insurance company hired an engineer? They didn't like the report of the engineer, and a prominent engineer here in town, and they let him go.
Yeah, we had a claim that went from it's another confidential settlement, but it was in the 300,000 range. And then when we were done, it was north of we'll put it at 1.7 million. We'll get it close there. And off the record, we found out that they threatened the engineer. They threatened the engineer.
They actually fired him.
He actually got fired from that company. Threatened to pull a national contract. And very good engineer too on the other side. So we've had many battles. We don't agree on everything, but he was so frustrated, he let that slip. Now, because he's a good guy, we're all on different sides. We never ended up needing it, but we were fully aware of it, and we had done our research and had our guns. If we had to go to court, everybody was getting subpoenaed. But that kind of conduct, it's funny because the insurance company, even if they get caught, they're going to get a slap on the hand. Us as experts, now they switch to the other side. They come after us hard. I just finished wrapping up a monster lawsuit where a predominant insurance company, it's all over the internet, came after me. And they came after me for crazy stuff like RICO, and because we sent a proof of loss across state lines, mail fraud. Anyways, I was able to basically settle the settlement with, I would not do a non-confidentiality agreement, and I was able to settle it with them where they had to admit I did no wrongdoing. But their whole goal was to just dig. These guys got the money. right? I'm on a different side of them. We're getting crushing settlements which should have always been paid, and they don't like that egg on their face. So, out of respect for some of the people involved in the industry, even if they're on a different side, I don't want to put their names out there ever. It's like a last resort, and it's under a subpoena. But those are the kind of things that happen in this industry. There's millions of dollars. Somebody? I can only talk so much, guys.
You know what I tell you? Finding the right expert is where it's at, and documentation and filing it. We need video of it, all different ways that we, as an example, let's say we're on on a flat roof and we have a swamp cooler that's bad and it's rusted through. Well, you've got to have a video of that to be able to show your
demonstrate.
case.
You got to be able to demonstrate. You got to, the policy is very clear. You got to be able to prove your loss. And if that takes blowing up pictures and getting the detail, that's what's important.
All right. So that's our main topic, is we're just trying to inform the consumer about experts, how important it is to have the right team. This isn't just about an expert. These claims are complex claims, people. You need your contractor, you need a contractor or a public adjuster with a wealth of experience to architect and put all the strategic parts of the claim together. I'm Phil Coutu. I'm with rooftoproofing.com. Check us out, rooftoproofing.com. My phone number is 303-997-4247. That's 303-997-4247. And you've been listening to Insurance Claims Radio.
Thank you for listening to Insurance Claim Radio. For more information on how to maximize your hail damage insurance claim or to contact Phil and his team, call 303-997-4247. And be sure to tune in next week for more Insurance Claim Radio.
Do you have a commercial property hail claim, troubled claim, underpaid claim, missed damages, bad faith, possible legal action? Rooftop Restoration is a leading hail loss consumer advocate for poorly handled insurance claims. We specialize in hail damage, large commercial claims, and provide the total claims package risk-free. We pay and cover all expert costs. Engineers, attorneys, roof inspectors, adjusters, we get you what you deserve under your insurance policy. Finance large deductibles, finance all the experts, exceptional experience and a stellar reputation with zero out-of-pocket costs. Risk-free. Rooftop Restoration, 303-997-4247, 303-997-4247. Check us out at rooftoprestoration.com.